Taveuni, the garden island of Fiji, is renowned for its natural beauty and is one of the country's main tourist destinations, attracting visitors from all over the world. However, there is a health crisis on the island. According to the health authority on the island, non-communicable diseases are thriving at a high prevalent rate of 80%. With a population of 19,000 people, this is an alarming rate for the small island. This is a concern not only for the health authority on the island, but also for local villagers. One such village is Naiselesele, a village of 509 people and 92 households. Led by the Turanganikoro, or the village headman, the villagers have decided to take charge of their health and reverse the effects of NCDs, in particular diabetes. This is a result of the work, commitment and passion of a small group of community health volunteers under the 10,000 Toes campaign. Their work has resulted in the whole village recognizing their health conditions, embracing the need to urgently address them, and taking ownership of their own healing and intervention. It all started in early 2020 when Samu, a pioneer of the 10,000 Toes campaign, moved from Nadi to Taveuni with his family, working in the tourism industry. Keeping to his day job, Samu engaged his local church members at the Naiselesele Seventh-day Adventist Church and recruited volunteers to help in door-to-door health screening in the village and nearby communities. Being a trained 10,000 Toes ambassador from Nadi, his motivation came from his own health condition and how he had recovered as a result of being part of this program when it first started.
So moving into Taveuni by 2020, I told myself that I have to continue to do what I was doing in Nadi by going out to the community and make them understand, help them to understand the causes and the prevention for the NCDs. So the first step that I do is get them trained on how to operate the health kit that was funded by the 10,000 Toes with all the basics.
In recruiting 3 other volunteers, including a young lady that lives in the village of Naiselesele, they set out to visit every household in the village for NCD screening. To help in the organization and sustainability of the program, the 10,000 Toes campaign organizes communities into zones. This includes dividing the island into smaller segments and training villagers to lead, initiate, and manage their own health programs. This sense of ownership not only promotes shared responsibilities, but also fosters team spirit and is key to the successful rollout of the campaign across the island. The goal is to see a 10 to 15% reduction in the NCD prevalence rates every 5 years in each zone. After a few months of community outreach in Naiselesele and collating and monitoring the data from the screening, the team were able to identify those with high risks, medium and low risks. 70% of adults screened either belonged to high or medium risk category, and the risks measured were based on BMI, blood glucose, blood pressure, waist size and body fat. The high risks were referred to the local hospital, and the medium and low risks were invited to be part of an intervention plan to address their health condition through a 10 weeks Live More Abundantly training. 30 villagers were enrolled as a result, including the village Turanganikoro and the head teacher of the local primary school. Participants have been meeting in the village hall, and the weekly sessions would begin with a workshop on the focus area for the week and conclude with a food demo followed by a healthy meal. Early morning at 5 a.m., the villagers would come together for a 5-kilometer health walk and end with a shot of green juice to start their day. During the 10 weeks, 3 major assessments were done to track progress and measure them against the baseline result taken at the beginning of the training. The results at the end of the training were astounding, with 70% of participants having a drop in blood pressure, 60% drop in blood sugar, and 100% drop in BMI. The results were then loaded to a data bank where they will be followed up over 3, 6, 12, and 24 months, and then annually for the following 3 years. This is referred to as the 10,000 Toes tracking cycle. At one of the weekly sessions, staff from the Ministry of Health attended to show their support as the program complements the work they do in the fight against diabetes and other non-communicable diseases on the island. One of the health officials, in thanking the team, commented that the Ministry of Health cannot do this work alone, and they are thankful to the Seventh-day Adventist Church for taking the lead role in community health, in which they have seen positive results in the lives of villagers. The impact of the LMA training on its participants and their families have been significant and have been a motivating factor for them to continue and complete the full 10 weeks training.
Marotaka utali takabale una bulingo mbeleta ni wakila mendanga nungumbula me vista ukina. Ni oya ndo tobia una mosini mambo chest pain ya nungula duru na bulingo samba ki vitu na kena tobia utume na matingo. Olai balimbola ole sumai. Ya nungumela duru na bulingo sabula rua. Nungula duru mchuk na bulingo senga talinga itaria utali bakantua. Oya ni ndo takataka mendanga ibale. Ora ni tanga balele o sa odar tongi do barridia o eu sanda butor to sinrendo kadibia ke ndo moder to nesing bandichao. Au ni donga na kalele o da kabo sanda bu. Ya nongo dada ora ni anda to mau da to nongo dada mina mataklele ya da bando tal na kabi. Onge mo da ngani sa kabi na bano. Au bambo tani na ochi na bulingo eu na da butu ngambele tani usa me bakila kina nongo bula binaka.
Oh iya bisa ulebu. Ya watau bia tunan dona mil sa yang baki tolong orang kena dende mei tahu tu au buno keda tu boleh au lakuna buno wai rakai mengo au pakai dor wai babiti au munu wai babiti se nganga na nongo sa meleme nango sa kabana dait pai laku mai kena na bul au sa merede sa rabisau sa me mama dani na mil sa me yango sa me bakila sa ndende chungona mama da vati ken sa ali choani ba malu ana milmila isinga na takabaka sa sengdo vako sa ndo mando ataka ni ulako tena kasa taviatu asa tunga ivale ngonango au salako le sa vilako yaki na bibo no sindula ko ba salako tale o visa ulebu saranga le lebora reviau rakaine ke gumburumbula ye mateni usafi sawa.
Everyone been commenting on the look, especially being you are getting fat. So now they're commenting that I started to lose weight. When it for my other half, better half, the sickness that he used to experience through. Been going down, so he's getting better now, and yes, we are able to what we have not been doing from before. We started to doing it again. On budgeting, we are able to save more, and we spend on whatever things we only need to eat. Our health is our life, and it's also our responsibility.
Au mabini ni au mabuli laluman or satu suamul suara sarai ta cabi sa ur sangke turun karena lewasin lini orang sabul tongo le betul ngar sati utal notin ya ayat suara saliba murisan suara di balik dan belum menggi adur rabi rangon ur talagangon ya lewas ya apa kesaman dong una eme tu ni menalis dalam mabuli volumen or endolot wa matan atut mengkaram tal dam takali bulu bang wa mira samberani la atur mama cinema wa bule sa ngarabi tok.
Participants of the LMA training have not only been sharing the benefits of the training to their families and fellow villagers, but have also been a living witness with their changed lifestyle, improved health conditions, and positive role models in healthy living. At the end of the 10 weeks training, 19 participants successfully graduated and have formed a health club to continue with the health program in Naiselesele village. They have also invited fellow villagers to join the club, whilst the team focuses on conducting LMA trainings in other villages within Taveuni, the nearby island of Gamea, and also in other villages in Vanuatu. The result of the impact of the training in Naiselesele on the villagers confirms that proven lifestyle programs backed by science research with measured results are vital elements in determining the effectiveness of programs that are designed to bring about change. A change in the health of an individual is a change in the health of the family, the village, and ultimately the whole island.
And we would love to see more volunteers, to put their hands up and say, I want to go out there and help out in the communities. You know that you don't have to be a doctor or to be a nurse to do this work. It just only requires your time, commitment. It should be based on your care for your loved ones, families, and your friends. So I believe if we put all our hands together, we can make a big difference by targeting the root, which is the families, communities, and even our country in Fiji.